Well, good morning, history folks, and welcome to the world of social distancing and internet history class at this particular point. Now, I've got my mask on this morning because we've got to practice social distancing, and I see one or two of you are a little bit too close to the monitor. So, if you'll go ahead and scoot back at least 2 to 3 feet, that'll give us the required distance, and I can go ahead and take my mask off. But seriously, though, um, things are right now going to be a little bit different for us because we have to convert this seated class into an online class. So if you've had a chance to go ahead and look at the way the class is set up right now, you'll see that there's a lot the same, but there's a lot different as well. The important point here is going to be that I try not to change any more than I had to at this particular point because it gets a little confusing. And so I try to keep the confusion to a minimum. What we are going to do is switch things up just a little bit. We're going to go with a 2-week format. We're going to go ahead and finish out the last 3 units of the semester, each one about 2 weeks apiece. If you'll take a look, you'll see that I've already gone through and dated all the material with due dates and let you know when it's due and what's due at that particular point. The reason we're going to do that is every week we have to make sure that you're here. The college still gets paid off of attendance, and so on an online class, attendance is going to be rated through whether or not you're turning an assignment. So you're going to have an assignment due each week. So it's going to be important that you take a look at the due dates and go, okay, well, listen, this is when this is due and this is when this is due. Your first assignment for this week is actually due on Thursday evening, no later than midnight. You turn that in, then you're here. If you don't turn that in, well, then you've already got an absent. I don't want to lose people due to absences because they're not paying attention to due date. So go through and make sure that you look at the due date posted. All right, that's going to be important stuff. Now, the way the class is set up, we've already got those dates in there. The only thing that's going to be missing is my talking head. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording a series of short videos. I'm going to try to do at least one for each chapter and each unit, so at least 2 per section. I'm going to try to limit that to no more than about 10 minutes apiece. Why? I'm sorry, I'm not that entertaining. About 10 minutes is all I can stay cohesive on one particular point without being sidetracked, but it's also about the most that you want to sit and listen to any one lecture video. So what I'll do is try to hit whatever the major theme or major topic or major point is and move on from there. Now, one of the things about these videos is this is not an effective setup, so you're going to hear people chiming in from here and there. You're going to hear some background noise. My wife's cat, this is a little bit too different for him. Somebody's sitting here talking and they're not talking to him, so he wants to make sure he voice edits every once in a while. So if you think you hear a cat meowing in the background, well, that is Forrest, and he is definitely putting in his 2 cents worth. All right, well, let's look a little bit about this particular the way things are set up. I still have the doc review. That's due the first week of every unit. I have left the discussion board posted, but it's now optional. You complete the discussion board, it's worth 10 extra credit points. You can use them where you want to, except on that term paper. Yes, the term paper is still due. As a matter of fact, that'll be due here with Unit 5. That way I can go ahead and take a look at them, and if I need to, have people go ahead and do some updates on them, because I don't want to lose people again because they're not making sure they get that term paper due right. From there, obviously, we're going to have the unit quizzes. Now, unit quizzes are going to be a bit more important. I went ahead and closed out the Unit 4 quizzes, and in spite of the fact that it was open for almost a month at Unit 4, I still had 4 or 5 people in a couple of different classes who never got to do or never got around to doing the unit quizzes. Those zeros are going to add up awful quick, especially since we're not going to have any more seated actual exams. Now, the way things are going to work is this. We're going to proceed and hit each individual unit. We're going to get the work done for each individual unit. But after Unit 7, what will happen is we will have a, well, I would hate to say a final, but that's what it is. It's going to be a final that we'll go ahead and review those last 4 units, Units 4 through 7. The nice thing is it's going to be drawn from the exact same question banks as your quizzes will between now and then. So there's a very good chance that you'll have the opportunity to have already seen some of the questions. what will be important, since again, this is the limit as far as my talking head is concerned. It's kind of hard to ask me questions. You can feel free to get a hold of me. You can feel free to email me. I'm going to be working from home, so you can go ahead and email me, and I will do my best to email you back if you've got a particular question about something. But it's going to be a lot of sharing information this way. It's going to be a lot of you being forced to kind of pay attention and take responsibility for some of the education. I know that's a little bit tough, a little bit different for some folks, but at this particular point, you're a college student, and so you're going to have to take responsibility for that. What else do we need to do? Well, that's about the most I can think of right off the bat, besides that you get started on the reading, start working on some of the things, and I'm sure I will go ahead and have the opportunity to add some little bit more editing on the way as we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you go for now, and I will be posting some other videos a little bit later in the week. Take care. Thank you.